The show starts in...
Good evening, all right, race fans. It's time to buckle up and reckon to round 3 of Rush Racing League, live from one of the crown jewels of motorsport, the Suzuka in Japan. This place, as we all know, is iconic. Suzuka is the only figure 8 circuit in Formula Racing. Demands precision from the very first corner from the Dunlop S's, which will punish you with the smallest mistake. Degner 1 will reward bravery. And what about that lovely spoon curve? That's where races and nerves really start to crack. And let's not forget the famous 130R. Now, it's flat out, as we know, and we'll see carnage there tonight. We've got Vettel coming in as the early championship leader, but let's be real, it's round 3. Nothing is settled yet. One bad lap here, one brush with the grass and momentum. Suzuka separates the drivers who can attack from the ones who can survive. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in. It's Rapid Pajala. I am bringing you the action here, all the action round 3 from Rush Racing League. Strap yourself in. Let's go racing. Good evening, everyone. Rapid Pajala, and just wanted to quickly go through the current results. So from last week, we had in Bahrain, and it was a great win there from Hivu, from Vettel, and Matty AU coming in and Kaz or Matty rounding out the podium round 3 in Bahrain. So that was all those results. So if we take a look now at the overall standings in terms of the driver standings, we can see that looks like Vettel, he's got a 19-point lead currently in the championship, but a long, long way to play for at the moment. We're only down in round 2. Obviously, we're here now in Japan. And in the constructors, an even closer thing, we're looking at 71 points. So the Alpines have really, really taken the bull behind the horns here, and they've got a nice lead. Let's see if they can actually continue on with that great form as we go trackside, and it is qualifying. So I've got a few guys here. Bunkins, for whatever reason, looks like he has boxed out here, or DNF'd really soon and really quickly. Hopefully you guys are having a great night. Got a couple of guys out on track, so we will run through them. So we're going to run through on Jordy Spears, who's coming through here. Looks like there's a couple of guys coming through Degner underneath. Looks like we might even have an RB. No, it looks like it's going to be a Red Bull. It's going to be Hevu, who won the race in the pink RB. Looking nice and pretty. So it looks like Hevu, who won the race last week, is going to be our starter. He's going to get the hot lap going. So let's ride on board with the RB as he comes through into the Dunlop S's for the very first time. Coming through turn 1, this is a really, really tricky section. Rewards bravery, but also you can make a really quick mistake here. Through goes into the top of the corner here at the top of the S's. Through down here into Degner 1. Foot flat to the floor. Looking at the 50-metre break has been taken out. Looks like the Aston Martin's got himself out of the road as he comes through Degner 2. Green flag racing as we come down to Kobayashi corner, drops hard onto the brakes, really, really thoroughly exiting out, trying to get the traction down, accelerating away. We've got an Aston Martin in the way, get out of the road, he goes through as he approaches Spoon corner for the very first time. Little dab on the brakes, break it down into fifth. One more drop down into fourth as he comes along down to this back straight and approaching 130R. Accelerating away. Hitting 330 kilometres. Here we go. Foot flat to the wall. 100-metre break into the Casio curve. Inside clip. Just missed the apex ever so slightly. Gets a little bit of a pretty good exit out of here, Diz Haybu. He's going to leave it. Hugs are tight, and we've got a 1:27.8 is the benchmark. Next one through, we've got the Mercedes of Brian Tyrrell. He comes through the Dunlop S's, accelerating away. Breadman goes 1:27.8. Brian coming through to the end of sector one. What's he got in store for us? He's 2/10 up on the best time already into Degner 1. Accelerating away, traction through here, coming down to Kobayashi corner. Is he actually okay, Rudio? No problems? Bear with me, guys. I'll be right back in a minute. Just, I am actually in normal chat here, am I? Or, okay, Rudio, bear with me, guys. I'll be back in just 1 minute. Always helps if you actually go into the right commentary box. Sick Party, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. My apologies. Just, the old man, mate, with this new technology. And team of the week.
Okay.
The team of the week, congratulations going to the fluorescent green wheelie bins of the Souters. What a great week. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, you could say a sick week at Bahrain because I just love puns like that. But we just did really well across all the divs, and I think we were leading the overalls by like 40 points going out of it. That's great.
Yeah, you obviously, I had a look and you'd say the highlight was the 1-2, I think it might have been in Division 4. They got the 1-2 for you in the feature race. And I could also see that you and Jerobot didn't have the greatest start in round 1, but I noticed that you were able to get a podium in Bahrain. And then I saw you backed it up and got an 11th in Division 1. Congratulations. How did those races go for you?
Yeah, well, Div 1, first race of the week. Yep. I wasn't really expecting too much because I hadn't got much practice into that point. But, me and JF7 almost got a podium and he missed out on it again for I think it was the second week in the row.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, I scored points, which was all I was hoping for in that race. And then in Div 2, I was just... Well, for most of the race in Div 2, I was just kind of hanging back, letting all the really quick boys right in front of me fight it out, and as they took each other out, I got second in the end of it, so pretty good. Mate. Pretty happy with that.
And so you should be. That's good. I'm just trying to bring up the actual logo here. Sorry about this, but there it's it. Better. And I also noticed that a couple of your guys right now are leading the championship. They're 1-2 in Division 5. I think it might be, is it Legend is one of them? I can't remember who's quite second, mate. I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers at me. Who are they? But they're currently 1-2, and they're obviously well and truly in front of the constructors as well. I think that might be, I'm just trying to think, T5, Legend. That's right, they're the 1-2 in the championship. And they've also got a pretty handy 33-point lead in the constructors as well.
Yeah, I mean, TMT and Naya in Div 5, they've just smashed it out just in the first few rounds so far. And they've just done great in Div 5. I mean, credit where credit's due. I think that's where we've got the most points so far. So
fair enough.
Props to them.
Really good. And how's the week been so far for the fluorescent green wheelie bins? Obviously, this is the last week. How have you guys been going?
Are you talking about Japan? now?
Yeah, Japan.
Like,
Yeah, Japan. Yeah.
Oh, we did. I'd say we did pretty decent in Div 1. Like,
Yep.
there was a few incidents with, the kicks, but none of them were our fault. So, yeah,
It is what it
Div
is.
2,
Yeah.
Div 2, my Div, we don't talk about that. Something pretty bad happened, and I'm still salty about it. So, yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, you can't
You know,
always
Div-
get.
Yeah, I mean, Div 3 now, Bucking has a quali ban, which is why he retired at the start of the
Right, okay.
session.
Well, there you go.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's like one of the worst tracks to have a quali ban because overtaking is just so difficult.
You're definitely right. You've only got one DRS. It's on the main straight, and let's be honest, it's a pretty short DRS zone. So, and unless you get a really good exit out of the Casio chicane, it's really difficult to overtake. So, Bunkin Brocco, he's going to have a long night at the office, you think?
Yeah, I mean, we were discussing potential strategies for him earlier, and I don't want to, spill the beans or anything on stream because it could give the other teams a bit of insight of what we're doing, but we're going to try just something a bit unusual to see if it'll work.
Okay. No, fair enough. I'm on board here with Tyler at the moment. He's a bit slow at the moment, but he's looking like he's going to improve himself as he goes through the end of Sector 2 spoon curve. How's Tyler been going for you this season? I know it's only 2 races in, but have you been happy with the way he's been going? And he's just backed out. Always the way, isn't it?
I mean, Tyler's he's done great so far. I mean, I say Monza for a lot of the kick boys was a week to forget, really, apart from Div 5, but we won where we won the race. But yeah, Tyler and Bucking as well, they both bounced back in Bahrain pretty well with a double podium, being the 2-3 there. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Tyler can do well because while Bucking's on the comeback from the quali ban, but yeah.
Well, it's a long race, mate, so we'll see how they go. And look, appreciate you jumping in. And I think we've got about 6 or 7 minutes to go until the end of quali. So I will jump back in. You want to do a hot lap with Tyler? I'm not too sure if he's backing out of what he's doing. Actually, he might be going for a hot lap. Did you want to commentate him around the track?
Oh, I mean, the stream's a bit delayed, and that's the only thing I'm watching.
He's about to go into the pits anyway, so that's all good. Beautiful. Well, Sick, thanks so much for joining us, mate. Really appreciate it. Once again, congratulations to the fluorescent green wheelie bins, and unfortunately we won't see them anymore now that Audi has taken over, and they're now the Audis, so no more Sick or Kick Sauber. Hey, should we call them Sick Sauber? There we go. Maybe
if we do well in Div 3, I'll think about it.
Okay, fair enough then. That's been awesome.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks, Sick. Really appreciate it, mate. Sorry about those technical difficulties, mate. As I said, it takes the old man a bit of a while to get used to it, mate. So it's all good. But appreciate it, and hopefully we get one of your boys on the podium tonight.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll be in the comms box again next week with another team of the week. But
that'll be good.
Yeah,
that'll be really good. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Done.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And enjoy the stream. All the best.
Yeah. Have fun commentating.
Thanks, mate. I'm looking forward to it. Catch you up. See ya. So thanks for Sick, the team principal for the Six Albers, as I'm now going to refer to them, the fluorescent green wheelie bins. Good on him, and congratulations on his team of the week. We're coming through Brian Taylor. He went purple sector 1, and he's slightly slower here, and he's now coming into pit. So that won't be a faster lap. Then 130R for NDNV in the Ferrari. Slower into section 1, sector 2. Will he be going through here? Is he going to be setting a time? No, he's going also into the box. Spud Muffin, I think all these guys are now coming in for their final round. Hey Jim, thanks very much for joining the stream. These guys all seem to be going through. No one seems to be really setting the world on fire. So we're just waiting for them all to... Look at that Spotty Dotty. Is he looking to improve? Doesn't look like he is. No, he's definitely not improving. So these guys all coming in. Got yellows everywhere. he's boxing as well. Abish, he's on the slowie. So we're going to start worrying about the top three. So the top three are Nishka, Kaz, and Brian Tyrrell. So right now the Mercedes are in 1-3. Really good performance from those guys. Hey Vu in the RB, who's now going out. Looks like he's going out on an out lap. He was our winner in Bahrain in the feature race. Can he make it back-to-back here in Japan? Only time will tell. He is in his out lap. Everyone else seems to be in the pits, waiting for the optimum time to come out and go racing. No problems at all. I can do that. Hopefully that's a bit better. Coming through a bit better, hopefully. So drop the desktop audio and hopefully the mic's coming through. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So a couple of guys, we're going to go with the RB. Hey Vu, we just get him on his 127.664. Beautiful, fantastic, thanks for that. Awesome. A little bit of desktop audio. So let's ride on board with the RB, the pink RB. And let's run through. You'll be the first one to go through. Everyone else out on their outlaps. Who can surprise us here? Here it is. This for all the marbles. Straight down onto the main straight. There's cars in his road. Looks at the 100-metre mark. Slight brake. Get out of the road. Oh, it takes the car nice and wide. Accelerating away through the Dunlop S's. First of the lefts into turn 3. Now into turn 4. Coming through turn 5. Really starting to put pressure around. Took that turn a little bit wider, not the ideal line, but continues on his way. Coming to the end of Sector 1 and into the Degner 1s. Where is he going to be? He is slightly up, but he is 1.6 tenths slower than Nishka, who's our current pole sitter. Down here to Kobayashi, hairpin. Clips the inside apex, brakes hard, down into second, wanting to get the traction out of the corner as fast as he possibly can. Now he's up into the first of the back straights. Up into Spoon Corner, accelerating away, going through the gears. Approaching 300k, slight tap on the brake. Second corner Spoon, and now he comes down. Oh, he's lost it. He lost it there. That's unfortunate for him. We've got Brian Tyrrell and Kaz here coming through. So the top three are in order. So Brian Tyrrell in the Mercedes comes through the Dunlop S's for the last time. There's 1 minute left to go. Can we see a surprise? He comes through at the top of the Dunlop S's as he approaches Degner 1. Down through Dunlop curve. Hits Degner 1, hits Degner 2, and he's down by less than a tenth. Accelerating, getting this, trying to get as much acceleration out of the corner without losing traction. Down into second, into the Kobayashi hairpin. Accelerating away much better than he did than the RB. Coming down here, the first of the two back straights, up onto Spoon Corner, hitting 200, 300 Ks, brakes, clips the inside apex of Spoon, second in the Spoon, this is turn 14, accelerating onto the back straight as we approach the famous 130R, going through the acceleration, he's going to get into about 323, he's just going to be touching 320 as he goes, no lift obviously, straight out, into Casio, chicane, brakes hard. Will he hit the apex? He does. Perfectly executed. He's gone green so far. Can he improve? He needs to get 2 tenths as Brian Tyrrell. Across the line, and P2 is all that he can get. We've got Kaz. He's coming through. What's he been able to do? Can he improve? Comes across the line. He does. He goes provisional pole. Nishka coming through for the chicanes. Has he improved? The fastest lap is going to Kaz so far, but he's Maroon. He's slower. He's not going to improve, and that looks like there's an RB on pole. There is. So it's Kaz who is going to be across the line. NDV is not on a fast lap, or is he? He will be, actually. No, he's not. I think that's going to be about it. Bread Muffin in the Alpine at the end of the Casio chicane. He's gone green, so he is improving. Is it going to be improving enough? Across the line, and it's good enough for P4. NDNV, 6 so far, and he's pulled out. What about Claire in the other Ferrari? Can the Tifosi pull her away? Going through, she's red, and unfortunately she's invalidated. What about Spotty Dotty in the Williams? Blake's at the end of chicane. He's gone invalidated as well, and that leaves Wogjet as our last runner, and he's not going fast enough. So that's it. Kaz is your pole sitter for the RBs. But the Mercs in a 2 and 3, great start for them. They'll be able to work pretty well as a team. You got Bread there in P4, the RB in P5. So these guys could really need the points, the RBs. And that's it. Super performance from Kaz. Great pole. Fraction under a 10 faster than Nishka. And that is all she wrote. And as we all know, right here in Japan, one of the old time circuits, it is difficult. You probably only got one real good overtaking place. So let's wrap it up from there, and it looks like it's going to be Kaz on pole. So Kaz on pole, Niska P2. We've got Brian Tyrrell in P3, Brett in P4, Hey Vu in P5, NDNV in P6, Vettel in P7, our championship leader, Spud Muffin, Jordan Sears, Tyler, Claire, ABA, Spotty, 6, Matty AU, Henny, Wogjet, Daz, Crucia, and Bucking Bronco, who did not qualify, who had a quali ban. Unfortunate for him. And here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lights. Lights out. And away we go down to turn 1. And Kaz has got a good line. Nishka's gone through okay. And then got Brian Till in P3. Breadman comes up on the inside. Oh, great little overtake there from Brian. He maintains P4 down the line. And NDV's dropped down. Hey Vu in the RB, the pink RB. Maintains P5. We've also got NDV, and he's going on the round tower. Vettel's taking him out. Well, he did sideswipe the Ferrari. The Tifosi will be sitting there going, what the hell do you think you're doing? He's literally taken a side swipe, and it looks like the Ferrari of NDNV is all the way back. That'll definitely be going to the stewards. Definitely not my take. Nishka's going down as well. Oh, he's gone wide at Degner 2. What's happened here to Nishka? Our pole sitter's in all sorts of trouble. He's got wing damage as well. Oh, this is just panic stations here in P2. But Kaz, who was our pole sitter, has got away clean as a bird. He has a 1.5 second gap against Brian Tyrrell. Next down the line comes Brett into P3. Hayview in the pink RB has got Spud Muffin all over the back of him with Spotty Dotty. He's done really well in P6. Claire in the Ferrari, Tyler, Jordan Sears, Hennessy, Vettel, Matty AU, and I'll tell you what, Nishka, who started P2, is all the way down in P14. He's got massive wing damage. He's got Wogjet trying to look up on the inside of him as well for an overtake. They come in a Casio and a great little overtake there by Wogjet. But you've got a car that's just, it is damage control and Nishka's into the pits. Oh, the Mercedes TP will be absolutely throwing the bathwater out as he's forced to pit and get a wing change. So Kaz leads the way on lap 2. A nice little 1.2 second gap on Brian Tyrrell. Bread's going through, not too bad. RB of Hey Vu, Spud Muffin. Why can't these guys come with gamer tags that an old man can pronounce? Spotty Dotty and Claire in P7. Tyler in the kick Sauber. We had his TP in here looking for a good performance. And oh, there's more damage coming through. No, that's a glitch in the game. Jordan Sears, Hennessy, Vettel, our championship leader, has not had a really good start. Let's take a look at the tyre situation. Position changes. Spotty Dotty up 7 positions. Great little start. A couple of guys gone through, but take a look at that. Nishka and NDNV way down there, 17 down and 14 down. Take a look at the tyre situation there for you guys. And Kaz and that. Look at that. The RB going the long stretch. Going the long stretch there, looking for a long thing, a long pit stop, looking to pit a little bit later down the track. Oh, we've got Claire on the outside. Look for a way on Spotty Dotty. Couldn't get it done. But geez, I'll tell you what, she came out at 130 at a rate of knots. DRS is going to be enabled this lap. Through he goes. Claire trying to get an overtake, but he's got the Spotty Dotty Spud enough and giving him a little bit of a toe as well. So it's going to be difficult, but the Williams getting a little bit dicey. We run through back here and it's Hey-Vu in those hards. He's really starting to push the pack up. A bit of a DRS train forming behind the RB. This is allowing the top 3 of Kaz, Brian and Breadman to really skip away. So Kaz currently leads as he comes through Degner 1 and 2 and onto Kobayashi hairpin. He's got a 1.1 second gap on Brian with Breadman in P3. Hey-Vu, Spud Muffin and Spotty in P6 with Claire P7. Oh, Tyler started to send it from Siberia. Thought better of it and got away with it. Thought there might have been a little bit of wing damage there for the kick Sauber. But he's got away and continues his journey down. John Sears around about less than a second in the Haas with Hennessy rounding out your top 10. And our championship leader, Vettel, all the way down in P11 in the Penny. So you can see that Kaz is really starting to stretch his legs here now. He's got a 2-second gap. Breadman up on the inside, overtakes. And the Alpine, what a great little move there from Breadman as he claims P2 into the Casio set corner. Let's see if we've got that on the replay. No, we didn't get it, unfortunately, so we'll go back to live action. Breadman thought better of it, just could not get it done. And Pennies are now, so Breadman now in P2 with Brian in P3, the RB in P4, and he's really starting to push these guys backwards. The Williams are really in 5 and 6. They can start working together as a team. We've got Daz all the way back down. He come a cropper here down the back. Looks like he came into some issues, but he's been able to restore his position back on track. Didn't know if he got Shiska in the Red Bull with Jordan Sears all the way back there in P19. Nishka, what a damage control now. This is all about trying to get some points there for the Mercedes. Did all the hard work in qualifying, got it to P2, but just came out of Degner 2. I'm not too sure exactly what happened, whether he got pushed off or what happened, but he had to box and change that wing. So now 3-second gap between the RB of Kaz and Breadman in the Alpine. He's got Brian for company. Hey-Vu in P4 with the RB with a lovely little DRS train stuck right behind him. Those guys, and oh, Claire's going to be looking up the inside. Oh, she looked for it. Thought better of it, and Tyler's gonna, this is a great little dance here. Can he get the traction out? Not too sure if Claire's locked in here as well as they come down the main straight. Claire's looking up the inside. Does she have the pace to take the overtake? Oh, thought better of it. Coming up on the inside. Get in there, give him room. This is great racing here by these two. And Tyler was able to hold her out. But really, really good racing from those two guys. A lot of respect, a lot of space given. Could have really ended into damages for either of these guys, but they continue on racing. Great stuff. Claire will regain. So Vettel, after a really slow start, our championship leader has got himself up to P9. He's right up the back of Claire, looking for a way to get over past her. Hennessy in P10, Matty AU, with Cruz in P12, Wogjet now in P13. Bunking Bronco, who started last after a quali ban, is now got himself up to P14. Yes, a couple of guys have boxed in front of him. No safety car to play of at the moment. Clear conditions, so we're not expecting any rain. Meanwhile, Kaz is in his own postcode right now. 4-second gap between him and Breadman. He can literally just cruise control this all the way back. He's got the pace. He got 1 second faster than Breadman in the last lap, and now he's got 5/10. We'll see what happens here. And that's a further 1 second that he's been able to gain. 0.8 of a second. He was able to gain in that one lap alone. Brian Tyrrell looking for a way. We're going to look on board these guys. And does Claire send it down the inside? No, she doesn't. Wogjet's got himself another position up to P12. And I tell you what, Cruz was about to stick the nose back. Thought better of it. Bunking Bronco was all over the back of him. Thankfully, no damage done. Continue on. And I'll tell you what, Hugh has got himself a gold medal performance for backing up the rest of the grid and letting Kaz just fly away with it. He's 4 seconds behind Brian and in no rush to get himself going. However, locked up coming into Kobayashi corner there. So the Williams in 5 and 6. You've got Spud and Spotty. Tyler with Claire all over the back of the kick Sauber. Vettel looking for a way as well as they come through to Spoon corner here. Lap 6 of 27. And Hennessy wraps out your final or your top 10. So the gap's coming down. Bread's now starting to inch closer. The gap's now just dropped down to 3.3, maybe 3.2 seconds here. So definitely faster. And he was almost 7/10 faster on that lap. So he's starting to wheel them in. Can these guys, what are the Williams going to be doing? I tell you what, Tyler's got someone for company. Vettel's gone up on the inside. And this is going to be a three-way dance. Oh, boy. Could have been Carnage and Vettel. What a great overtake there from him. And he's gone from 7th to 9th from the Casio corner. Obviously got the run there on Claire. And Tyler's dropped down to 8th. So Vettel's been released. Can he chase after Spud Muffin, who's now 1.5 seconds down the track? He's already gaining 2/10 in this sector alone on the Williams. Tyler holding Claire at bay with Hennessy in the top 10, but Matty AU in the Aston Martin with Wogjet in 11th and 12th. So a pretty poor qualifying performance from Wogjet, but he's now starting to get himself up the positions and get valuable points for the Aston Martins here today. Well, Kaz has now extended his lead to 3.8 seconds, so maybe it was just a slight error, maybe a slight mistake, but looks like we return you to your regular viewing pleasure as he now starts to stretch his legs out on Breadman. The gap is 3.5 seconds. Brian still there in DRS. I think he might be just hanging back, maybe just looking after those medium tyres, trying to stretch it out a little bit longer. He goes down the straight here. He's definitely not going to get past him here. But what about Vettel? He's starting to close in. Now Claire. Tyler's still got DRS. Does Claire stick a nose in? No, she doesn't. Thinks better of it. Daz has got himself a positional Christian, Waljet, and Daz has been able to get himself up to P12. So Waljet made a mistake there, coming out of the Casio chicane, and has dropped a position. Vettel coming in, he's now within a second. As we start to look at lap 8 here, Spud Muffin Spotty. Hey Vu, Brian Taylor, now his 5/10. We've already got, so Tyler Man. So Brian Terrell is half a second behind, but Breadman is just on 4 seconds behind Kaz. And he's literally back in his own postcode here. Kaz, he's obviously made a mistake a couple of laps ago, but since then has really started to stretch out. He's obviously got the perfect setup here. No one's really starting to make inroads into that gap. And let's see what Breadman and Brian can do as they come down the main straight here. Does Brian go for it? Doesn't look like he's going to, unfortunately. Hey, Vu's got himself a bit of a gap. Vettel's up on the inside. Thinks better of it. Oh, look at Claire. She's gone through. Great overtake there from Claire. She just sent it into turn 1. Tyler just didn't have the answer. And this is a safety car? No. We've got a retirement there. Crux is retired in the pits, unfortunately, by the looks of it. So we'll continue on our way. A couple of guys, we've got 6 Shy is in the pits as well. Cruz has retired in the pits. I'm not too sure if that's against the league rules, but it'll be looked at afterwards. Unfortunately, he's coming back out on track as well, which is not going to help anybody. But a really good overtake there from Claire. Tyler now dropped down to P, and Hennessy in the McLaren. So the RB, the pink RB of Hey Vu, is just banking these guys back, not allowing to get back. He's got those hard tyres, so he's going to be going a lot longer into this race. He's looking to get onto the faster mediums end of it. Now, Brian Tyrrell, this is as close as he's been into 130R. Does he take a look down here in the Casio chicane? He probably is not. Breadman's really starting to not get the traction out, but there's probably enough there. I don't think Brian's going to be able to catch him on this lap. Maybe he does, who knows? Is he going to send it into turn 1? Looks up there, thinks better of it, and he's going to stick behind. Now, Claire's in P6. We've got a couple of guys already in the pits. So Spotty Dotty is the first of our main guys to box onto the hards. Can they get 17 laps? Absolutely no problems whatsoever. You've got Matty AU and you've got Vettel, who came in from P7, our championship leader, is now come out, and he's right behind the Williams. He was trying to get an undercut, but it just didn't work now. What does Spotty Dotty do? He's got a little bit 2-second gap now. Nishka's now coming through, and I'll tell you what, the one thing that can help Nishka right now is a safety car. That'll get him back into this race. Other than that, it's all about damage limitation for the Mercedes driver. Up the front, and Kaz has got a 5-second gap. Brian Tyrrell all over the back of Breadman. Does he pull the trigger? Going for an early stop. Try and get the undercut here as they come round Spoon Corner, or Spoon Curve. Okay, rightio, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Some tracks you can, some leagues you can't do it. So just thought I'd ask the question, so I appreciate the clarification. Really appreciate it, Mr. Farms. So Brian Tyrrell in P3. He's got Brett now. Does Brett come into the pits? He is. What's Brian going to do? He's going to go one more lap. Okay, he's going to go one more lap. Hey, Vu's obviously going to continue on. Brian Tyrrell and Kaz is into the pits. So our race leader is in and out of the pits onto those hards. Bunking Brocco with the 10 laps. Can he get in front? He will, but obviously he has not boxed. Jordan Sears will also come through. So Kaz is going to come out. He's effectively our race leader, with Breadman now coming out of the pits. The question is, can Claire's in the pits as well. Spotty and Vettel all over the back. Spud muffin in the Williams. So Vettel's been able to leapfrog Spud in those pit stops by going that one lap earlier. Claire's come out in P10, but there's 4 guys in front. So Brian Tyrrell needs to pit. Brian needs to pit. He's got a 6-second gap on Havu. Is he waiting for a safety car for the RB? And I tell you what, he'd be really, really in a good position. Kaz has got on the inside, on the out. Jordan Sears didn't really put up much of a fight there. Or is he going to? He is. He's sticking it out as they go through Spoon Curve. No, Kaz has definitely got the grip. He's got the tyre advantage. Gets himself up into P4. And 2.4 seconds down the track is Bucking Broncos in the Kick Sauber. We had Sick Boy in before the team of the week. Had a really good chat with him. But it's only a matter of time before Kaz will get him as well. So Brian continues on those mediums. Lap 11 or now lap 12. He's got the best out of it. Bunkin Broncos is pitting and so is Jordan Sears. So that's it. So it leaves 2 guys yet to pit here. And the question is, when does Brian box? Or is he just waiting for a safety car? Not sure. So Breadman and Vettel has got himself in front of Spotty Dotty. Claire, oh, did she force Spud Muffin wide? And that's allowed Tyler, or did Spud actually make a mistake just there coming into turn 1? Did a bit of a Jackie doing, except didn't put it in the wall. Bunkin Bronco comes out just in front of Nishka. So there you go. That's where Nishka is. He had to box on lap 1. He's got 10 lap hold hards. Does he box again? Who knows? But disappointing result for him. For tonight, he really expected a lot more, but that's the way racing goes. You make a mistake or an accident occurs and, yep, your day's done, unfortunately. And it was unfortunate to see it in lap 1. So Brian continues on his merry way. He's got a 5.7 gap on the RB of Havu. You come up with a silly gamer tag, and here he comes. He's in. Rightio. So Kaz is 12 seconds behind. He's definitely going to leapfrog him. And the question I'm looking at is how much of a gap is he going to get on Breadman? So Breadman's coming through the Casio. Brian Tyrrell has got the hards now. Breadman's definitely going to overtake him, but by how much? So Breadman here, he's got 2 lap fresher and he's going to get himself in front of Vettel. Okay, so he's technically come out in P3 anyway. He's 4 and a bit seconds, so going out those 2 laps longer has really cost him 2 seconds a lap. And Breadman now continues on. He's 6 seconds behind Kaz, and the RB of Havu, who leads, has not boxed. He's the only one on track that hasn't. Nishka did box on lap 1. So Brian was able to get himself back into P4, which means that he's technically P3 on track, waiting for Havu to box. Spotty Dotty 2.7 seconds. Vettel all over the back now. Oh, Spotty Dotty here. So Claire's now into P7 with Tyler all over the back of the Ferrari here in the Kick Sauber. Tyler looking for a way around Claire. Good defense from Claire here. Spun Muffin 1.5 seconds further down the track. Got more black and white flags, so another track limit violation. Spud down there. Matty AU and Hennessy in P11 now. So we take a look at our leaders. Havu is about 6 seconds ahead yet to box with Kaz and Breadman. 13 laps to go. It's been a pretty eventful start, but it's really started to settle down now. Vettel, does he look for a way? Spotty Dotty does not have DRS. He goes around the outside, does Vettel. Oh, Spotty, good defense on the inside, but Vettel thinks wisely. Didn't send it up on it. Did not send it up the inside of turn 1. Spotty had done a very good defensive move from there. That's actually allowed Claire now to get within DRS here. So Tyler now a further 7 tenths back. with Spud Muffin and Matty AU. So Kaz is now 4 seconds. He's really starting to pull it in. He took 1.5 seconds off Havu the last lap and almost 2 seconds, 1.8 seconds he took in the previous lap. So that's really starting to chew away into this lead, but Havu needs to box. And when we take a look here, he's probably, when he boxes, he's probably going to come out in P11, 22, 24 seconds, just depending, but he's going to probably come out in the middle of Spud and Matty, depending on when he boxes, if he doesn't get a safety car. And Kaz is now 2.8 seconds. Now, if he does come up the back of his teammate, I really can't see Havu putting up too much of a struggle here. He would have obviously got the team order, you know, get out of the road. We know who's winning this, and that's Kaz. And he's really shown a clean set of heels today, Kaz. He's been his race, he put it on pole. And Breadman is trying his best, but he's 7 seconds away. Just hasn't been a good battle. And Brian Tyrrell, who went 2 laps longer, is now 6.5 seconds. So he's paying the price. And not only that, he's actually starting to get into the clutches of Spotty. This little DRS train behind the Williams of Spotty, Vettel, Claire and Tyler, running from P5 through to P8. And they're starting to catch Brian. Not too sure if he's got some damage there on the car, but he is dropping down, and it may be only a matter of a few laps before Spotty Dotty is in his DRS. So, but 1.9 seconds so far. So with 12 laps left to go, and you can see that Kaz has now overtaken Havu for the lead. That was obviously a setup. Didn't put up too much of an effort, just stuck around. So we've got a change of the lead. Obviously, Havu was given the instruction to, and now he's boxing. So in he comes. Where does he come out of? I'm saying probably between Matty AU and Hennessy. Breadman goes through now. 6.5 seconds. Brian Tyrrell hasn't been a really good second section. Spotty. Vettel coming through. So we're waiting on Tyler's coming in as well. He's boxing for a set of mediums. For whatever reason, not too sure why. Havu is going to come out just behind Bunking Broncos in P11. So that's where he'll end up, but he's going to have much fresher rubber on those mediums, and he's going to start making a few overtakes. Let's see what the RB can do from here on in. So Spotty now in P4. He's 2 seconds now, so Brian's been able to rectify whatever was going on. He's now got a 6-second gap, and that's really not a good result after going a couple of more laps. He's 6 seconds behind, but Spotty Dotty and Vettel looking for a way behind, but Spotty's been defending really, really well. You got Claire there in the Ferrari in P6. Great performance from her. Spud Muffin in P7. Matty AU's now got himself in the Aston Martin. A pretty quiet race from him in P8 with Hennessy P9, Bunking Broncos, and the extremely fast on the mediums Havu, who just boxed on those nice, fresh, warm mediums, just getting him up to temperature. But he's got Jordan Sears all over the back. Wogjet in P13. And the Red Bulls not having a great day at the office, but Daz in P15 looking away all over the back of the RB, looks up on the inside. Will he get the overtake done? Oh, around the outside, but he gets forced out wide there by the Red Bull, who was holding his line. Nothing in it, and he'll need to set himself up next time. Havu looking for a way around Bunking Broncos. He's now less than 3/10. Can he get the job done here? We're looking for other ones. Vettel's 4/10. He's not making an overtake. I tell you what, could he get this up through Kobayashi corner? I'm not too sure. Bunking Broncos flashing red. ERS has been fully deployed. As we come down to Degner 1, really starting to put some massive pressure here on the fluorescent green wheelie bin of Bunking Bronco. It's been a good recovery drive. He started last. Does he look up on the inside? No, he doesn't. Locks the tyres coming into Kobayashi corner. The Kobayashi hairpin, and he comes out onto the first of the back straights. And it's only a matter of time, I would imagine, before Hey Vu gets this job done and gets himself up into P10. Running on board with Vettel now. As he comes up here, he's right up the rear end, up the tailpipe of Spotty Dotty, but Spotty Dotty in the Williams has been defending so well today. The question is, can Vettel get it done? Hey Vu has been able to get Bunking Broncos probably into the chicane. Here comes Vettel on the outside. Does Spotty Dotty, defends the inside, but no, the pace advantage for Vettel is too much. And Spotty Dotty drops down to P5. He's going to have Claire right in the rear end. Spotty Muffin, Matty AU and Hennessy. Hey Vu's now got himself up to P10 and now chasing down 2.4 seconds behind Hennessy in the McLaren. So Vettel, P4, 3.5 seconds behind Brian Terrell, 9 laps to go. He does have the used tyres. Brian with 3 lap fresher, so he does have a tyre advantage, but can Vettel, our championship leader, close the gap? With 9 laps to go. So Claire, P6, Spuds, Matty AU, Hennessy in P9, Hey Vu in P10. He's now 1.4 seconds. He's gained an incredible second and a bit on Hennessy in this lap alone. Bunking Broncos drops to P11. More corner cutting. So Spotty Dotty all over the back of Vettel here. Got a nice little run. He is in DRS zone. That's going to help him defend. Can Vettel defend here? Up on the inside, Spotty goes. Oh, Vettel. Claire's got a front row seat to the action here. Very nicely done. What about Hay? He wasn't able to do the overtake there. Couldn't get it done. So Claire just tucks herself behind here in P6, looking for a way as they come through the Dunlop curve, turn 7 and onto Degner 1. Spotty's got no ERS to deploy, neither does Vettel, it looks like it. And he's now dropped to 4 seconds, so Brian comfortably in there, and Vettel also has a 3-second time penalty as well to his name. That's going to cost him at least 2 positions. It's going to allow Spotty and Claire, so long as they don't get penalties themselves, to jump up another position. It'll force Vettel, unless he can get a 3-second gap here in the next 8 laps, it'll force him down to P6. The same thing goes with Spud Muffin, who's got a 3-second gap on Matty AU currently. But if he was able to drop down there, he's got 3 seconds in time penalties. Matty AU, Hennessy now over the back with Hey Vu is now all over the back, looking for a way to get into P9 here in the pink RB. Claire's jumped out of DRS. Hennessy getting the benefit of DRS in front of him. Spotty Dotty has got through. He did. He got a lunge through on Vettel into turn 1. We're looking on board with these 3 and no job done for them. Hey Vu looking up on the inside into Degner. Sorry, through the Dunlop S's. Couldn't get the job done. Meanwhile, Spotty has been able to do a fantastic overtake. I'm not too sure if Vettel made a mistake there, but he's dropped back by 7/10 already. So I think he might have got the wobbles out of turn 1. Now Claire is less than a second behind Vettel. Spud Muffin 1.5 with Matty AU. A further 2.7 seconds, but he is dragging Hennessy behind him. This is allowing Bunking Bronco to get back into the DRS of Hey Vu. Obviously, as you know, no more DRS 2026 regulations. Active aero, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the game, how they deploy that. They're told that there will be no F1 26. They're just going to be making slight modifications. So looks like we're going to have these cars for a little while longer. So just a ride on board with Hey Vu, no problems at all. Your wish is my command. They're gin and tonic. So let's ride on board for a full lap. Thanks for claiming those points. Put them to good use. We'll ride on board with Hey Vu here in the pink RB. Trying to make a way into Hennessy. Hennessy's just slightly up there. He's gaining. However, Matty, are you giving DRS to the McLaren? Goes up there just, oh, well done. Oh, geez, I tell you what, I thought he was about to really give him a massive rear shunt, but was able to get on the brakes. Goes through the gears, through the Dunlop curve. He comes up here, these S curves, the Dunlop chicane, or S's. Through the Dunlop curve, turn 7, all over the back here of Hennessy. But the question is, can he get the overtake done as they go through Degner 1 and 2 and approach the Kobayashi chicane, Kobayashi hairpin. And up to the first of the 2 back straights through 200R, 12, and then coming up to Spoon Curve. It's been a good little race. He went for the alternate strat, the only one to go on the hards late and praying for a safety car, but it hasn't worked out for him. As he comes down the back straight and onto 130R. Through he goes. And thanks, Jim. There is your lap on board with Hey Vu. Hopefully he can get better of him. It looks like Vettel has really dropped out of DRS and Spotty Dotty might have claimed P4. Hey Vu in the RB is really sweating on Hennessy, either making an overtake or falling out of DRS. One of the two would be perfect for him because he cannot take advantage of these fresh mediums. Just the positioning of Hennessy has been absolutely amazing to watch. Really good defensive move. He has obviously had the benefit of DRS from Matty, who's also been defending really, really well. And Skish is in the pits. He has retired. That's unfortunate. So there will be no safety car. So can Matty Au start to bridge the gap? He's 1.6, 1.8 seconds behind Spud Muffin. Claire's 2.6 behind Vettel. So needs to really start to work. Make sure that she stays within 3 seconds of Vettel. Otherwise, she's going to finish P6. And we have 5 laps to go. So Kaz, who has really, really dominated this race. Haven't seen a lot of him since he got onto the hards. It was a wonderful qualifying performance from Kaz. Obviously, this must be one of his favourite tracks. We've got yellows in Sector 1 with the Ferrari, of the RB coming back on track. NV has come in and boxed as well. Nishka's also boxed for the sets of mediums too. So those two guys, really, really disappointing day at the office. Tyler all the way down in P16, 6.5 seconds. Obviously, must have got a puncture or something, but I'm sure that the Kick Sauber TP, he'll be pretty happy with their performance last week. Team of the week, the Kick Saubers. So this has been a really, really good performance from Kaz. Definitely needed it, and with the championship rival. Hey, what now? How are you, mate? Good to see you. Starting to catch bread. He is. He's now within 3 seconds. But has he left his run too late? Brian Tyrrell trying to save the tyres for the very, very end. Spotty Dotty has got Vettel right back into his DRS, but Vettel not only has to pass, he needs to get a 3-second gap to maintain that 4th position. Claire's really dropped away. She's 2.2 seconds, and in Spud Muffin now is about to get DRS on Claire, or closing in. Now 2.5, I'm going to keep an eye on Brian Tyrrell. Been not a bad performance. I think he made a bit of a mistake boxing 2 laps and came out 4-second gap and then dropped to almost 6, but starting to clean away. He was 0.6 faster that lap on the Alpina Breadmaker. Bunking Broncos waiting for a pit there, so Hey Vu still can't get past Hennessy. Matty AU as well. 2.4 seconds behind Spud with Claire. 2.4. So really the battle here is between Vettel and Spotty for fourth. However, the 3-second time penalty is not going to have. Bit like you, what now? I go where the money is. Huge money here at Rush. Nah, just enjoying my days, mate. So just 1 or 2 commentaries. Don't race anymore. So just commentating. But good to see you, mate. So 2.3 seconds with 3 laps to go at the end of this. Has Brian left his run too late? Breadman is 9 seconds. So Kaz is definitely going to, unless he makes a diabolical error, is going to win this race and win it comfortably by almost, I would say, maybe 11 seconds, maybe 10 actually. So we'll soon find out. Brian Tyrrell is 2 seconds away. Can he close him in? We're on lap 25 of 27. Vettel looking up on the inside. He's now got the advantage of DRS. He's left it a couple of laps. Spotty Dotty doesn't need to be the one on track here, to be the leading one on track, and Spotty is still trying. He doesn't need to battle here. He can sit right behind Vettel, make sure that he's within 3 seconds, and he's going to be able to get the position anyway. So if I was Spotty, just sit back, relax, make sure you stay within 3 seconds, and your job is done. You're getting P4, and the Williams TP will be pretty happy with this result, with Spud Muffin now closing in on Claire, hopefully getting DRS on the next lap. Hennessy and Hey Vu, geez, I'll tell you what, he boxed there late on those mediums, and I reckon he might have toasted them, used the advantage, and now the mediums are starting to come back. Oh, and Hey Vu does a little bit of a spin, got really grippy out of Degner 2, and he's dropped down 2 positions. So his day's gone from bad to worse. So Kaz, 9.7 seconds. Brian Tyrrell now 1.4. Is he going to get the advantage of DRS for the last lap? He is pushing hard. Hasn't been too bad, but has he left his run too late? Who knows? 1.5 seconds. Vettel's now got past Spotty as we saw in the last lap. What's Spotty going to do? Spotty's got himself, well, that could have been curtains if he got a 3-second time penalty. He's looking to get up on the inside of Vettel and gets the job done nicely. These guys have been having a really good battle, but Spotty gets himself up to P4. Claire and Spud Muffin, they've already settled down. Now, Matty AU's 3.5, Hennessy and Bunking Bronco with Jordan Sears and Hey Vu now down to P12 after that mistake out of Degner 2. So, going to ride on board with Brian Tyrrell on the last lap as he tries everything he possibly can to get into the DRS and pass Breadman. 1.4 seconds. Maybe Bread saw him coming, left a little bit of juice in those tyres. And he doesn't seem to be, it was, if we take a look, it was 2/10, 6/10, it was 6/10 as well in the last lap, but in this one, I reckon he's been able to maintain it, Bread. Hasn't allowed the gap to come down any further. He's not going to give Brian Taylor DRS, which really means that with only really one more opportunity to overtake, it looks like the best that Brian's going to do is P3. Not too sure if he had an onboard view of what happened there with Nishka, but we'll definitely be asking him in the podium interviews, as long as he gets onto the podium, and I haven't given him the commentator's curse. So Kaz in a league of his own today. It's been an absolutely wonderful performance by the RB driver. He needed valuable points and closed the gap on Vettel. This is the last lap with Breadman in P2. I think he's done enough. Bunking Bronco Jordan. Hennessy's made a mistake. That's allowed Jordan to get up, and Bunking has come from last to P9. Would not surprise me if he definitely gets driver of the day. Got a quality band, and now he's in P9, and he's all over the back of Matty AU. He's 6/10. Jordan Sears, Hennessy, and Hayvu all the way back down in P12, with Daz coming at a rate of knots. So, Kaz, as he comes down the back straight for the last time onto 130R. Brian's within a second, but I think he's probably left his run a little bit too late. He is now in DRS zone, but this is the final lap. We're going to take a look at this, and it's going to be Kaz in the Red Bull, who is going to be your race winner. That's round 3, tier 3 here in Japan, and it's the RB of Kaz that gets the win. Congratulations to him. Breadman's going to hold on for the Alpines in P2 as he comes across the line in P2. Brian Tyrrell in P3. Spotty Dotty, who's going to hold on, gets it on track, and also will come across the line in P4. Vettel P5, and Claire's going to leapfrog him. He will. Vettel, Spud Muffin, Matty AU, and Bunking Bronco is going to finish P9. Jordan Sears, Hennessy. Hayvu goes across in P12. Daz with Abby and Wogjet's going to leapfrog him into P14. But it is Kaz's day today, ladies and gentlemen. A really good performance. Well done to him. Be super happy with that. So really good performance there from the Red Bull. He got qualified pole and gets the job done. Good win from him. So your race winner is Kaz with NDV, got the fastest lap. Bunking Broncos driver of the day, really good performance from him. And most overtakes was Bunking Broncos, where he started last, and cleanest driver Breadman. That was a really good performance from him. So let's wrap it up from here. And it's Kaz who is your race winner. P2 goes Breadman, Brian Taylor, Spotty Dotty in P4, Claire in P5, Vettel P6, Spud Muffin, Matty AU, Bunking Broncos, Jordan Sears, Hennessy, Hayvu, Daz, Wogjet in P14, ABH in P15, Tyler P16, Nishka in P17, who'll be really disappointed after starting in P2, NDNV in P18, and our two DNFers is Six Shy and Cruz. So that is it as we make our way onto the podiums, and I will get those guys into the chat. Already got Bread, so good on you. Thanks for joining. Won't be a minute. We've got Kaz is also in here. So just waiting on Bunking, our driver of the day, and Brian Tyler to join us. Yep. And who is in the comms? We're waiting for anybody else. So, yeah, we've got Brian here. And last but not least is Bunking Broncos. Got Brian. Kaz and Brad. Yep, we've got them all. Okay, so let's start with our driver of the day, Bunking Broncos. From last with the quality band, got yourself all the way to 9th thanks to Hennessy's late error, which allowed you to do it. Congratulations on driver of the day, well deserved. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I actually felt like I had really good driving race pace. So Yeah, happy to get to where I got to quali band, which I deserve from last week.
Mm-hmm. We always deserve them.
Points.
Yeah, well, that's exactly.
Yeah, brain fart.
Brain fart, fair enough. Okay, we have those days.
Yeah, I was pretty happy though. I got stuck in a train for a while, but that's Japan.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's a almost impossible place to overtake, but you got there, and good work, mate.
Yeah, the plan was just to sit back and let everyone make mistakes, and a few people did that. So
yeah, exactly.
thank you.
No, well done.
Fellas.
Congratulations. So, driver of the day goes to Bronco, well deserved in there. So let's move on to our podium places, and it'll be interesting to have a chat here. Our P3, he started P3, and that's Brian Taylor. Congratulations on the podium. But I'd imagine you were probably expecting a little bit more out of today. Tell us about your race.
Overall, I was quite happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like everyone else this week, Japan's not my favourite track.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, I thought I was reasonably quick in the first stint, but a few corners, Brad was just getting a better exit and sort of just getting that little bit of a gap away from me.
Yep.
But yeah, he drove well.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but overall, I'm quite happy with it.
Oh, very good. Now, first lap, your teammate, who obviously qualified right in front of you, was it an error on his part? We got it just on the stream, but it looked like he made a bit of an error coming out of Degner 2, got massive wing damage, and obviously had to box, and that was his race done.
Yeah, he was just suffering from a bit of confusion. He thought he was Tony Hawk coming out of that corner, decided to just go skating down the side, and unfortunately got a bit of wing damage.
Yes.
So forced him to pit, and then, on a track like this, it's very hard to try and catch up after something like that, but I think he ended up with the fastest lap, so he's got some good pace, just horrible luck lately.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we move on to next week. That's okay. These things happen. But the one question I did to ask, you went the 2 laps extra over Brett. I know Brett came in. You decided to go the extra 2 laps. Do you think that might have cost you the second position overall? Because I saw the gap drift out to 6 seconds. I know you were able to close it, but do you think that was the right decision?
Looking back, no. I think I would have pitted 1 lap earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It would have made the racing on the last lap very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the time the tyres still felt good. But yeah, I just sort of, there's a fair sort of undercut there from Brad. So, his strategy was good. My tyres come back, into it in the last sort of, 10 laps or so. But yeah, I think if I had time again, I'd do the 1 lap earlier.
Mm-hmm. No, fair enough then. Okay, well, we'll move on. Good luck. Take the points, valuable points for the Mercedes, which you guys need, moving into round 4. So congratulations on the podium. Always a good one when you get there, and we'll obviously see you next week for that. Now, on to P2. On to P2, and Mr. Breadman in the Pinny. Congratulations on the race. A lovely overtake that we caught on Brian. I'm not too sure if he was expecting you to have a crack at Casio chicane, but it was a nice overtake. Tell us about that overtake in your race today. It's a great result, P2.
Yeah, pretty happy with P2. That overtake, just saw the opportunity. I don't think he was expecting it. It didn't look like he was burning or anything. And I was saved the battery up, so I had a bit of extra, and I wasn't going to overtake there originally. I was going to wait for the DRS, but I think the opportunity was there, and I just went for it.
Yeah.
I think it was a safe move.
Yeah, I can confirm. I just got off the phone to Toto. He can confirm that Brian not only got hard tyres, but also a change of underpants, apparently. So just take that as a grain of salt. Congratulations. So, yeah, it was a lovely overtake. We did catch it, so congratulations. And then from there, a 6-second gap. You did come in a couple of laps earlier than Brian. That gave you a really good gap. You were able just to hold him off, and you must be happy with the result.
Yeah, definitely got the strategy right. Definitely didn't want to give up that track position, so I thought it was better to go earlier rather than later. Just Japan, very hard to overtake on. I got the overtake done. I didn't want to lose that, so I thought I'd rather go earlier.
Yep.
Got that nice undercut, and then just held him off at the end. Probably should have boxed a lap earlier, I reckon, Brian. But yeah, we made it closer, but it was close.
And the good thing is, everyone that you were really chasing, the guys like Spotty, Matty, Wog, Tyler, they had pretty disappointing races. I mean, obviously Kaz didn't, but we'll get to him in a minute. But yeah, you were able to do that. So gaining valuable points and getting yourself up the championship table as well. So you must be happy with that.
Yep, thrilled. Absolutely thrilled.
Good
Great
stuff.
points for the team.
Absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're actually leading the constructors too. Is that right? The Alpinis?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Were last week, yeah.
Yeah, you were 23 in front of the Aston Martins. I can tell you now, they didn't have a good day at the office. So, look, congratulations. Take the P2 and, move on to next week. And our race winner, I believe that these in his own postcode, Kaz. Congratulations on the win. It was an amazing qualifying performance. I know it was only 1/10, but 1/10 is enough to get your pole, and then you just got off the line cleanly, and you just weren't challenged all day. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it was a really, really interesting race. I was struggling all day with practice. Only managed to 28, surprisingly, but
Yep.
dove into qualifying. First lap, I think it was P3, and gained the confidence there and got pole. And yeah, just smooth sailing from there.
Yeah.
Really good race.
Yeah, no, 10 seconds. I mean, that's a really good performance in anyone's book. No one really challenged you. I could see that, obviously your teammate went on the hard medium strategy, didn't give up much of a fight. I noticed that just before he boxed, he really slowed down and you were able to easily overtake him. And no one was going to touch you today, mate. You must be super happy overall.
Yeah, I'm surprised by my performance there as well. So I assume everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting pace, alien pace, really.
No, that's good. Congratulations, mate. Take the wins as they come. And the other thing as well was obviously the championship leader, which was Vettel. I think he ended up 5th or 6th. No, he ended up 6th behind Claire. So that's allowed you to obviously close the gap as well on Vettel. I'm just trying to bring those numbers up as we speak. So just give me just 2 seconds and I'll get them because I know that you broke it. You were getting closer to him. I'm just trying to think where it was. There it is there. So, yeah, he was 19 points ahead of you. So you're going to be able to close that gap and then we move on to round 4. So championship back on. Absolutely, Kaz.
That's really good news for me.
Yep.
And for the team, really.
No, exactly, which is great. So we move on to round 4, and it is the 100%. Oh, my God. Tell you what, you got to love them. You do love the 100% race next week in Australia. My favourite track. I love the track. I go there every year and don't miss it. So, but commentating 100%, yeah, I'm going to have to bring myself a bottle of water. Kaz, what are your thoughts about Australia? One of the tracks that you enjoy. What are your thoughts? How do you confident going into round 4?
It really is one of my special tracks. Really, as you mentioned, you go there every year.
Mm-hmm.
I go there every year as well. So, should know the track better than most of the people here. 100%. It's really all about consistency and just staying focused, really.
Yeah. And what about yourself, Brad? Thoughts on Australia, 100%? He's gone. Has Brad gone?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Oh.
And what about Brian? Is he still there?
No.
No, they've all gone. So that's it. Well, we'll expect them to go. So, look, I will wrap it up from there. Kaz, congratulations on the win. It was a really good performance. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. And it's been a pleasure. It's been Rapper Bajali here for Rush Racing League T3. Until we meet next time, it's lights out and bye for now. Good night, everyone.